Hi, welcome. I'm Cindy McCaffrey, the Vice President of Program Development at CETO Services International. And we're here today to talk to you about some of the most frequently asked questions about choosing and getting on water assistance when the unexpected happens. I'm joined by Kristen Fraunhofer.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kristen Fraunhofer, President of CETO International. So CETO is really a pioneer in the marine assistance industry. We were founded in 1983 by my father, Captain Joe Fraunhofer, when it was decided that the Coast Guard would no longer provide non-emergency assistance to boaters. For example, when you run aground on a sandbar, or you need fuel, or your engine dies. Today, CETO is the largest family-owned on-water assistance company with a thriving network of over 100 independently owned franchise locations providing on-water assistance all the way down the coast from Maine to Florida, through the Gulf Coast, Southern California, Alaska, and Puerto Rico, along with dozens of inland lakes and rivers, servicing over 500 ports and tens of thousands of people per year. So as experts in the on-water assistance industry, let's chat for a few minutes about the questions that we get from boaters.
One of the questions that comes up often is do I really need to have a plan if
Mhm.
something goes wrong? Can I just wing it and find someone to come and help me at that time? The answer to this question in our mind is yes, you do need to have a plan. No one wants to think about something going wrong when you're out there on the water. We are the first ones to say boats are more reliable than ever. Engines are as well. But the unexpected still happens. You can get a dead battery. You can run out of gas. You could have fuel issues. You could have water in your fuel.
Absolutely.
You could hit a submerged object. So listen, when you're buying that new boat, the last thing you want to think about is something going wrong. After all, you want to have fun times on the water with your family, with your friends. But if something goes wrong, it is not like breaking down on the side of the road. It's very different. You just can't walk home. You can't take shelter inside your car. You need to really think about what's important and what you're going to do when
Mhm.
the unexpected happens. So, Kristen, what's really important and what are the things you need to consider when you need to get help on the water?
Yeah, Cindy, you said it. You have to have a plan. Having that plan, and most importantly in that plan, knowing how you're going to call someone for help and who you're going to call to come help you and get you home safely is right at the top of that plan. Now, if you're a member of a marine assistance company like CETO, well, then the answer to that question is easy. You're going to call CETO. You call an 800 number, you call the company directly, you call us on VHF channel 16, just hit a button on our mobile app and it comes right to us. So all within one click, you're going to have someone heading to your location to help out.
But, what if you're not a member of CETO or another assistance company?
Yeah, you still can call us. CETO is there to help all boaters, but it is important to know that we do give our CETO members priority service. So our members are going to get service first. So boaters need to ask themselves, how long are you willing to wait for help to arrive? Last year, our average response time for our members was under an hour from the time they call to the time we're on scene. Without a membership, you might have to wait hours for us to arrive. So how important is time to you? How long are you willing to wait, especially on weekends and busy holidays?
Yeah. Response time is everything to people. So that is a really key point, Kristen. Without a CETO membership card in your hand, you're really not eligible for
No?
that priority service. This relates to another question we get all the time. How much is a tow going to cost me? If you are a member, all services covered under the membership will be free. If you're not a member, that's a really different story.
Mhm.
The average cost last year for a non-member was $750. For offshore tows, it was in the thousands. So when it comes to asking yourself what's important to you, do you want to know what your service will be free, or are you willing to pay out of pocket?
And Cindy, some boaters are willing to pay out of pocket.
Hmm.
They tell us they're willing to take their chances because they have towing coverage as part of their boat insurance policy.
Hmm.
But if this is a direction that someone's thinking about, we really caution you to take a look at what coverage you have. I call it, I said towing coverage. But that's because, with your boat insurance policy, 99.9% of the time, you're not getting on-water assistance. You're getting reimbursement. You're eligible for reimbursement. There's no one to call to get assistance. You still have to figure it out on your own, and you still have to pay out of pocket, and then you have to request reimbursement. And remember, when you're calling for assistance, CTO members get priority, so you may also be waiting longer for service. You really want to ask your insurance company some questions. What is the dollar limit on service? Will I get the full cost of service back? Are there any distance or dollar limits, such as I can only get reimbursement for tow back to the nearest safe port, not necessarily where I want to go or back to my home port or the repair facility? Does it count as a claim against your insurance? How do I request reimbursement? How long does it take to get my money back? Who's going to help me? Who do I call?
Kristen, that is a really good question. And it leads to a lot of confusion. A lot of times we hear I have CTO through my insurance, when really what the broker meant to tell you is that you can call CTO. If you don't have a membership card, you are not a member. Now we've talked about the value of having a membership to an on-water assistance company such as CTO. So what should voters be looking for and asking about and getting those benefits?
The first thing that a boater needs to do is identify the on-water assistance provider options where they boat.
Mm.
So in some cases, such as a small inland lake or river, there may not be any professional on-water assistance. There may not be commercial assistance. You may have to rely on a friend or the local police or a Good Samaritan. If that is the case, have all of those people's phone numbers ready to go and have all the contacts on your boat and on your phone. However, along the coast and in larger inland bodies of water, most of the time you're going to have at least one option. You're going to have at least one professional on-water assistance provider that offers a membership program. You want to research who that is. You can find out if there's a CTO near you just by going to our website at cto.com and use the little service locator to find us. And if there is only one service provider in your area, then the choice is simple: become a member of that organization. So you choose that membership. But in most cases, you're going to find that you have options. So along the coast, you're definitely going to have some options. So you need to determine what's important to you and do your research to determine the best option for you. So check out websites, look at Facebook pages, ask your fellow boaters who they use and why. And very importantly, call each provider. Don't necessarily trust everything you're hearing from the docks.
Mm-hmm.
Call the providers and ask them the questions. Where are their boats located? How quickly can you expect them to respond? How far offshore do they go? Do members get priority service? What are the membership options? How much do they cost? And what service does membership cover? Because you often find that it's not always about price. When it comes to on-water assistance, you oftentimes get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And it's important to look at what that membership covers.
Yeah. So, Kristen, let's answer that last question. Let's talk a little bit about what you get with a CTO membership. We really try to keep it simple for our recreational boaters.
Yep.
We either have you choose a lake card or a gold card. Our lake card option, those are for those boaters who only boat in inland freshwater, and it's $119 per year. Now, our gold card option, that is for our boaters that boat anywhere in Florida or anywhere on, salt water on the coast, and that's $179 a year. So when it comes to these services, they're covered by all of our membership benefits.
Absolutely. And like you said, the only difference is there's lake card and gold card. Lake card for freshwater, gold card for saltwater. But all the same member benefits are for both cards. So both lake and gold card are going to provide service for every boat the member owns. So whether you own a single boat or you own a couple PWCs, a center console, and a larger cruiser, or you own a smaller boat for the kids and a larger one for you, all of those boats that you own will be eligible for service under that one membership. You don't need multiple memberships for multiple boats. We also provide service for the member on any boat they charter, rent, lease, or borrow. So if you go on vacation or you borrow a friend's boat, as long as you have care, custody, and control of that boat, you're eligible for member services on that boat as well. And services could include towing, fuel delivery, jump starts, covered ungroundings. We do all this with no dollar distance limits in your home area. There's no specific offshore limits. We also provide out of area coverage. So if you're a CETO member, but let's say you go on vacation somewhere where CETO is not yet present, and you still just call us for assistance, we're going to find someone to help you. And if it's not CETO and you have to pay out of pocket, we'll reimburse you up to $5,000 per incident with no annual limits. And $5,000 is the highest level of reimbursement available from anyone. We also provide another benefit that our members use quite frequently, which is called dock to dock. And it's a very industry term. But what a dock to dock is when your primary vessel is disabled at its home port. So let's say your boat is broken down at the home dock, or it's at the mooring, or it's at a marina, and you need to get it to the trailer ramp to haul it out to get it repaired, or you need to get it to the repair facility. That tow is also covered 100% under your membership. So you're really getting a ton of services on all your boats, on one membership. And then there's, of course, there's the benefit that a lot of members tell us is actually their favorite, and there's nothing wrong with the boat, is that they get access to their local captains and local knowledge. Your local CETO captains are experts on their waterways, experts on their local areas. So they're great for you to be able to call and say, hey, can you help me get through this tricky inlet? Or what's the shoaling like this year? Or where's the best place to anchor overnight? Or where are the fish biting? Or even, what's the best dockside restaurant for your favorite appetizer? They're going to have that knowledge. And then they'll also be able to share with you what discounts and services are available through the CETO Savings Club and those participants. And they can talk to you about nationwide coverage, 24/7 service and dispatch. We're available all the time. So you can check out all these benefits and more at our website at ceto.com.
Boy, that's a lot of service for $179 a year.
We like to think so.
We've shared a lot of information today, and we hope that we have given you something to really think about, to make that plan, to have that peace of mind on the water, and knowing that somebody is standing by to help when that unexpected happens. As a reminder, when you are shopping for on-water assistance, here are some real 3 key takeaway points. What options exist where you boat? What's really truly important to you is response time and that priority service. Really, how long are you willing to wait? And of course, you don't want to necessarily have that pay out of pocket or hassle with reimbursement. And what services are truly covered with that membership? So, should you have any questions on CETO and what we offer, you can learn more at ceto.com. You can always call us at 800-4CETO, which breaks down to 800-473-2869, or by reaching out to your local CETO.
So we thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you out on the water. If you see one of our yellow CETO boats out there, just give that captain a wave. We're standing by to help.